Okay, the stream is running. Yeah. I quickly do the social posts. Hopping back on the stream tonight for the Plucky Squire. Come hang out for cartoonish Zelda-style adventures. Put the link in. I put my glasses on. I do that. I remember that that's a step that is involved. And I pop out the chat, and then I see how everyone is doing. How are you all? There we go. I gotta hit send on the social posts. People are more likely to see them if I hit send. That tends to help. Hey, our Odyssey, how are you? Let's jump in. So, if I remember correctly, where we were last time is the Queen of the Kingdom of Art. She understands that the world is a picture book and that the evil wizard is doing evil stuff. Yes, we watched a cutscene and then realized it wasn't going to autosave, so we're going to rewatch that cutscene again. But that's a good thing. It means that it's going to remind us where we're at. Young adventurers, good to see you all together. Hey there, glad you're all in good shape. Better comb your hair and straighten your pocket squares. We're about to meet royalty. Greetings, esteemed visitors. Queen Chroma will gladly see you now. Oh, FYI, Queen Chroma knows all about the bookish realities of our land. Oh, one moment. I have a straw to move. I have an ADHD of drinks going on. I have like 3 different drinks, and I am moving the straw from the inactive drink to the active drink. Terra says, I just want to say thank you for putting these streams up on YouTube. When I woke up, I was able to check out the end of the Like a Dragon stream, see any info I missed. YouTube is so much easier to watch streams on than Twitch. I'm glad it's worked okay. I simultaneously do these streams on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time, which is a little more fiddly for me. It's, now that it's a permitted thing, it's not a lot of effort. Not a lot of people watch them live as they're happening on YouTube. And they were always available as VODs on Twitch anyway, but I know there's people who are like, if I see the VOD of the stream on YouTube, I'm more likely to watch it, and I'm like, yep, that makes sense, I'm the same, I don't watch VODs on Twitch, I will watch them on YouTube. I'm glad it's serving a purpose. Hey, Artist Synth. Right, don't worry about blowing her mind, she knows the score. Let's go see her. Yes, let's see if the Art Queen knows anything that can help us. The Queen is on the castle balcony. I will lead you there. I've just realised that this maiden is like a paintbrush, and the guards are all little paint tubes. Of course they are. Whoa, what a banging view! Look, that gnarly mountain over there. That's Targ Mountain, dudes. Oh, sorry, this is Thrash. Sorry, the arrow was above the wizard. I thought it was the wizard talking. Above the mountain, dudes, my humble homeland. Oh, here we go. Moonbeard, how lovely to see you again. Violet, Thrash, Pip, I'm so happy you came. And Jot, as always, this land is indebted to your bravery and heroism. Thank you for all that you have done. Moonbeard, what can you tell me of this latest kerfuffle? It's that mischievous Humgrump again, isn't it? Oh, yes, indeed it is, your highness, with some new greasy tricks. He has a new kind of meta magic that will allow passage in and out of our book. Grump may use this magic to gain power over our land. He can change the story of our book for the worse. If the story gets worse, our book could be put away on the shelf. If that happened, the life force of this land would be utterly diminished. What is this letter logo in the bottom left? This is the brain. SAG-AFTRA. SAG-AFTRA's video game voice actors are currently on strike. This is a little icon that they suggested. Hey, we're not asking Twitch streamers not to stream games at the moment, but hey, if you wanted to put this on screen, that's a good opportunity for people to ask, hey, what is that? And I can go, hey, there's a good opportunity for me to talk about the fact that SAG-AFTRA's video game voice actors are on strike. They have been for a couple of months now, over the fact that the video game industry keeps trying to force voice actors to agree to having their voices turned into AI and basically, like, destroying their own livelihood. They're trying to get agreements from the major video game companies to agree not to force them into AI nonsense that will stop them having careers. So that's what that icon is. Look up the video game voice actor strike for SAG-AFTRA if you want to know more. Hooray, it's working. It's giving me an opportunity to remind you all about the strike. Right. The story of our lives would be frozen forever in the most miserable way. We cannot allow this to happen. Thimba, there was indeed a RGG summit early today, and we did have a new reveal. Yakuza like a pirate. It's not called that, but it should be called that. Majima is a pirate. Go do pirate adventures. It's the best idea. Why? How did they not do it sooner? I'm ready to see the washbucklers from that Animal Crossing minigame in Infinite Wealth come back and be a major antagonist in Madlantis. It's ridiculous and I'm here for it. Moonbeard, old friend, what can be done? Oh, Jot and Thrash, they'll go locate Humgrump and attempt to stop any trouble he's brewing. Violet and I will begin work on a magic to counter Humgrump's meta magic. Me? Help you? Yes, Violet, my girl. You don't think you're capable. Your talent is essential. Violet, Thrash, you must have more faith in your own abilities. We're all going to have to step up if we wish to stop Humgrump. Wait, what's this? What's going on up there?
Thrash looked on in shock.
Da, da, da.
What was happening in his homeland?
We gotta go visit the Rock Musician Mountains.
Chapter 6. Very metal.
This chapter does have the best soundtrack. It's got some real good tunes.
Our heroes reflected upon this rather explosive development and decided that Jot and Thrash should investigate at once. After a bracing trek across the wilds of Mojo, Jot and Thrash arrived at Trog Mountain.
The mountain has a fucking handlebar moustache and eyebrows.
They proceeded to scale its slopes,
That's environmental design if I've ever seen it.
ascending to the top to get to the bottom of all this bother.
Bother.
After a good climb, they arrived at a lofty plateau.
Cyborg Girl says, Laura, I've been thinking it over and I think I'm on Humgrump's side. I'm going to be honest, that's most children's books. If, as an adult, if I read most children's books, I look at the villain, I'm like, kind of got a point though. At least a little bit. I've at least got to admit you have like a little bit of a point though. If I discovered some other person was in control over what my life would be, I would have to resist them. Okay. I don't disagree with you conceptually. ... When you see what kind of, like... Here's the thing. Having played through this game, spoilers, he's gonna do some major fucking terrible fascism. And at that point, it's like, yeah, okay, there's a difference between, like, I want to resist my life being controlled by a narrative outside of my own, and, like, no, I want to be the one in control of that narrative, fuck all of you. Like, it's like the trajectory of a fucking Marvel villain. It's, no, I can see your perspective, and I, like, understand your plight. You jumped the gun to doing, like, some genocidal stuff. Okay, I guess I'm not allowed to kind of agree with you with your, like, no borders, no nations, no borders stuff that you were starting with. Right, back at normal elevation. Feels good, dude. I love these little bunny rabbit things. I love these bunnies. The rock bunny. I don't know what makes them rock. They've got a little lightning bolt on them, I guess. Oh, bad business, men with pointy sticks, big machines, all at the top of the mountain. At your village. Alright, we're heading that way. Okay. Oh, we've got new book mechanics. We've got new mechanics to unlock. So yeah, so instead of sometimes using the book portals to, like, hop out the book, walk over, and, like, find a new portal to enter, sometimes there's now options to sort of throw yourself temporarily in an arc out the book and land somewhere else. And I like that a lot. And these are also used in interesting ways, yeah, so we do have an exit there. I need to remember to cut the grass. I'm supposed to be getting my little upgrade abilities. I love the little drum roll crescendo it does. There's so many nice little musical stings that are tied to the thing you're mechanically doing that are just nice and satisfying. Okay. Cool, we got a little bit of combat to do. Oh, I saw a film today, and I'm still emotionally processing what I saw. I saw a horror film today called, The Substance. And the best way I can describe what I witnessed over 2.5 hours was quite direct, insightful commentary about the self-destructive nature that a way that the misogynist men of elite, of like Hollywood elite push women to dangerous extremes to try and stay eternally youthful, to not be thrown away from the industry, and the ways in which while young, you sort of are willing to do self-destructive things, sort of knowing the consequences they will have, but sort of putting them back in your mind as not really a thing that's really going to be a problem, and the costs of self-destructive attempts at freezing yourself in time and not letting go of what is, while also being like a David Cronenberg bloodbath of a body horror film. It was a time. I needed to lie down after it. It's the most I've had to, like, peek through my fingers to watch a horror film in a while. Slow burn. It wasn't that the whole way through, but there was a portion at the end where I was just like, oh no. Wasn't ready. These little slimes. Okay, we've got one of our little rock fists. Oh, there was a landing spot there. Okay, yeah. I gotta land in the point where I can re-enter the book. The BT! I had no idea that Ultima 3 had more than 2 gender options. That's super cool. Oh, what's the concept art? Whack-a-mole in hard hats minigame that was at some point in the game. Sorry, Terry, you're correct. Trans and non-binary people were invented in 2017 on Tumblr. How could I have been so foolish? As a person who uploaded a video today about a trans anime I watched back in, I'm going to say 2009? But yes, it was invented in 2017. How foolish am I? Oh no, the Rockman. Who is that you, Thrash? By Targ, it has been many a year. Great Uncle Krong, what happened to you? Gum's troops, they hit us with a sneak attack. They blasted the mountaintop, and now they're mining our metal up there. I tried to defend the village. The troops grabbed me and threw me down here. It took 20 of them, though, lad. Old Krong boasted many a head. Thrash boy, they've imprisoned the villagers, your parents. It's up to you now to save them. Keep by our side, Krong. No, nephew, can't you see the crater over there? I hit the ground pretty hard, you know. The end is near for me. It's time for me to ascend to Trollhalla. Listen to me. As a young one, you shied away from the way of the metal warrior. But your parents and I, we always saw potential in you. Ash, Trog needs you to harness that potential. I know you can do it. Just to make sure there's no ambiguity. Yeah, he died. He died. Rest in glory. We'll save the village. Hey, Incompetent Hero. This game does have a lovely color palette, right? Its whole aesthetic is delightful. The BT, I cannot vouch for the rest of Wandering Sun in that I've rewatched the first episode for that video today, and I haven't rewatched the rest of it in 15 years, so buyer beware. See what you find in there and how it goes, but at least that first episode there was enough in there that I'm like, yeah, I see why this was important to me at the time. I think that's all I can really ask of a thing of that age is I can see why it was important. Hey, Fee. How are you doing? Have you adjusted to knowing that Solus with hair is real yet? Oh, we can get the jump attack finally. There we go. Oop, accidentally started the tutorial. That's fine, we can do the tutorial for this. Okay, we can now do a jump attack. We jump and land. Jump and land. Got a pretty big area of effect impact, which is pretty satisfying. Good for landing in the middle of groups. Incompetent Hero, they sure did learn how to do hair good since past Dragon Ages, particularly Inquisition. Also, it's been really nice seeing all of the non-white creators who were at that preview event recently being like, there's good hair. There were multiple options of hair I liked. There was hair close to my own, and it moved properly. I'm like, fuck yeah. Hurrah! You got hit with a door. Are you okay? Were they nice about hitting you with the door? Oh, I saw this bit of concept art when I was playing through this the first time. This was the original design for Thrash. Thrash could have been me. But no, they had to redesign Thrash into being a mountain troll. This is a little puppy. Yeah, exactly. We were robbed of a little puppy. Okay. We can't go through the gates unless we have a pass. Then we can go through. Oh no! I'm sorry. You were attacked not nicely with a door. Are you okay after being doored? Okay. Oh, we are about to reach the one place in this game where I had to look up a puzzle solution. And I will explain when we get there why. Okay, there's a cave somewhere nearby, and we can find a pass in it. Yeah, that's fine. I know where I'm going. So, I think this is where I'm thinking of. There is a cave. I think it's like one page back. Ooh. Oh. I need to be careful in short range of these enemies. Where are you? Oh. You know, there's something in this bottom right corner. More concept art. Incompetent Hero says, I heard this game leans a bit too much on explaining where to go or how to solve things. Would you agree? I kind of disagree. I've heard people say that. I think the opening, 45 minutes maybe pauses you a little frequently to explain mechanics in a way that's we want to make sure you don't miss how to do an important thing. I would say, up until, the first time you leave the book and come back to the book, maybe that's true. But, once you get into, you get past that opening section, it's hey, we're on the adventure proper now. The way that hints and stuff are handled is, in every room there's a little wizard. If you go ask the wizard will tell you the solution. But, otherwise, work it out yourself. Okay. Yes, this is... You are about to see the one room where I got truly stuck on a puzzle, and even asking the hint wizard didn't help me with it, and I had to YouTube video look at the solution, and then I realized it was really fucking obvious. Okay, so the pass we need is in one of these red chests. It's a pretty simple concept, this room. This mine was ancient and rather gloomy. There's a room that we navigate via this platform. Looks like a minecart. I mean, look, sometimes it'll do stuff like this. I bet it'd roll around that rail if it were tilted. You know, occasionally it'll be hey, we're gonna tell you conceptually you can use the tilt mechanic to get this thing moving, which you might need to do to, you know. I don't think saying the minecart might move if you tilt it solves the puzzle. Because as you're about to see, the bit where the actual puzzle in this room is intriguing. Right, let me move this around. Move around to... No, I have to do the other side first, don't I? Oh. Yes, because the tricky bit later is going to be how to get onto this platform here where these two little slimes are. Because when you roll this around the platforms, it stops either here or here, neither of which is particularly helpful positions for it to stop. So yeah, we hop back into the book. Here's the little hint wizard, should you want a hint from the wizard. Okay, I think I need to let you try and attack me before you... Come on, try and attack me, there we go. That's what I'm after. You, please also notice me and attack. Hello. I'm glad you're unstuck from whatever position I stuck you in. Okay, so we've got a pressable switch here, but nothing to weight it down with yet. Another weighted switch there. Ah, but we do have a block. Nice and simple. Weigh the block down. Don't have a key. We'll go to that other place where there was a switch. Grab the key. Like, I think there is very demonstratively more to this room than you can get the minecart moving by tilting it. And, like, yeah, maybe it'd be nice to be able to turn off that, have less of a hint than that, but also, like, it's a mechanic that was already introduced. It's like, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. It's like, here's a little guiding hand, anyway, here's the rest of a room to go solve. But personal tolerance for that will vary. On that note, God of War Ragnarok is just released on PC and has a setting that isn't available on PS5 yet, is apparently coming, to have the game give you Atreus hints way less frequently, should you want that. It is now an option. So yeah, first chest, oops, nothing in there. So, now I'm going to explain to you the puzzle where I got a bit stuck on this. And the solution's so silly. I want to get to that platform in the middle. But when I roll the cart around, it doesn't stop in a position where I'm going to be able to step onto that platform. So I go and ask the hint wizard for a hint. And the hint wizard's like, if only you could put something on the tracks to, like, stop it from rolling around, to, like, not make it not roll any further. And in my head, that meant grab this block and somehow throw it onto the tracks to, like, somewhere down in this corner to, like, stop the platform there. And I got really fixated on that being the solution and couldn't work out how to solve it. No, the solution's really simple. It's so silly. It's the bridge from earlier in the puzzle. I was too fixated on precisely where I wanted the thing to roll to. It's rolling a set distance. So, I roll it to somewhere that isn't where I want. And then roll it back, and now it's like 50% of the way off axis from where it was. Now I can get there. I am embarrassed at how long that took me to work out while playing. There we go. There's the pass we need to get up the mountain. Right. How many points do I have for upgrades right now? I've lost track of how many upgrade points I have. Is it even vaguely near enough to buy something? Oh yeah, we could get... yeah, sword damage upgrade 2. Activate our little pass. Oh, I'm gonna remember to have my little drink.
Our heroes climb the sheer cliff face, ascending to even greater heights.
Maybe have my little raspberry ripple chocolate. Om nom. Oh hey, it's Ghost Uncle. Hello again, just dropping in. Mountain trolls have ascended to Trollhalla. I can briefly return to the mountain, if we have business that's important enough. And I do, namely training you in the ways of the Metal Warrior Thrash. This cloud is a rental, so I'm rather short of time. Let's get to it. So yeah, this is when we start introducing the combat mechanics.
You've got that strong spirit in you.
The other characters' combat mechanics in the party.
And Thrash accepted the challenge.
Music rhythm battles. Warm up. Nice gentle escalation. Round 3. Finally a new Rhythm Heaven game, right? See, when this game does other genres, it does them pretty well. It's not half-assed. They gradually ramp it up, they do it in an approachable way, but it's like, it feels very good. Thimber says, I found something hilarious about the new Like a Dragon game. Is it that it got leaked on 4chan, like, back in May and no one believed the leak? Because that's the thing that's been amusing me about it. Oh, you got better than me, the young one. I am dead, though. It does tend to mellow one out a bit. You have to step up your game if you're going to challenge a feisty living opponent. Oh, the rental limit on my cloud just ran out. The official website calls Goro Majima Gourd Majima. Oh no, he's off his gourd! I've gotta go, don't want to deal with the late fees. Good luck, I'll be watching. I don't like the idea of an afterlife in which you still have to think about money. In which late fees are a concern. That's not the afterlife for me. Hooray! So yes, our other party members are finally gonna start getting involved and have their own mechanics turn up occasionally. Oh no, they have a photorealistic screw. Look, maybe in his amnesia he's forgotten his name and coincidentally come up with a new name that is very similar. He's accidentally called himself Gord Majima. Okay. Humgrump is bringing metal parts from outside the book into the book. Ah, he's getting them from a book of machine things. Okay. So he's been getting mechanical parts out of a different book to do something in this book. Okay, we gotta get to the peak and find out what he's up to. Hello. Excuse my shivers. There's a big horrible rat around here that's giving me the heebie-jeebies. It's in a dark hole. If you walk in front of it, it'll pounce and eat you. Certain doom. Unless you find some cheese around here to distract the rat. You can all avoid death by rodent. You can be on your way safely. Okay, we've got to find some cheese. Ah, we're doing some more, Baba Is You. Okay, here's a big wooden block. We have a cracked wall. Oh. A thing with a keyhole. Okay. Is it going to be enough to... No, but the key is under it. Okay. His metal spikes were quite a bother. Haha, more words. Ha. So now we have a metal block. Oh, no. I keep forgetting that's not how I get out of the book. I don't just walk to the edge of the page. I have to leap out of the page. I can't just be like, yeah, just walk to the edge of the book. I'll be not in the book anymore. Okay, so we slide the metal across and back. Try and smash through the wall. Glowing mushrooms. Rather gloomy in the cave. Oh, not a metal box, a glowing box. A glowing block. Hey, Delta! How are you? How have you been? You're right, BT. It wouldn't make sense for me to simply walk out of a book. What am I thinking? Ah. Oh, there you go. Look at me getting a death in combat.
Jot dusted himself off and arose to fight once more.
How much of that page am I gonna have to redo? Oh, okay, no, okay, that's not bad. We gotta re-get the glowing mushrooms and run back around. That's pretty generous checkpointing. I need to be more careful with these blobs that come out the floor. Oh, oh, this time next week gonna be playing a new Zelda. Heck. So close to Zelda. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna be careful this time. Echoes of Wisdom, the Zelda where you play as Zelda, is coming out on Friday or Thursday of next week. Also, that same day, I find out if I won an award for journalism. I've been nominated. I've been shortlisted for an award. I'm in the top 4 people for Journalism Impact of the Year at the Women in Game Awards 2024. So I get to go to a fancy party and find out, did I do good journalism gooder than all the others that did good journalism. Ooh, okay, we got the cheese now. Slide the cheese back on out. Timber, I'm waiting to hear specifics before, like... I'm waiting to hear specifics before I make a judgment either way on the Nintendo and Pal World thing. Given that it's patents and not copyright, I want to know how frivolous or not of a patent it is. Because despite rampant speculation, we don't know for sure what patent they're claiming infringement on. And there are certain patents that would feel like, okay, I get it. And certain ones I'd be like, you really are stretching. You really are trying to say that a genre is yours and no one else's. I want to see where on that scale we land. Oh, Targ Thrash is scared of snakes. Timber, if they have said that, did they say that, or did they just refuse to comment when Kotaku asked? Like, we will know what it's about when they file it in court and we see court records as to what it's to do with. Like, chances are, until like, something has been filed and is publicly visible is what we'll know. Also, yeah, the snakes with sunglasses is a pretty cool aesthetic. Sort you out, Thrash. There you go. There we go. Sorry, I've got a few work tabs I'm trying to keep an eye on. There we go, right. Nintendo released the following statement to Kotaku. We filed the lawsuit at this timing after careful investigation of the content that is the subject of the lawsuit. We will refrain from commenting on topics that relate to the content of the lawsuit. Yeah. I would imagine the situation is they've been advised by their legal team or their lawyer, don't comment more than you have to on an ongoing legal case. When required, we will release legal documents. But until then, don't needlessly comment. If you're in a legal case, you have nothing to gain by telling Kotaku details of the legal case, and all you do is give the other side more information. I hate that that's how the legal system works. Wish that wasn't how it worked. But also, I'm never surprised to hear we're not going to comment on the legal case until the legal case is done. It is a predictable response. Okay, Thrash is scared of snakes. It's fine, I'll fight the snakes for you, Thrash. We got this. Yes, if they won't admit that the Switch 2 exists when, like, there are supposed photos of floating around, they're not gonna comment on ongoing legal cases. Phew, we made it through. My heart didn't stop. My heart didn't stop. Good job, little heart dude. Bastard, the legendary metal warrior, jamming out. I say he transmits his energy to all who live on the mountain. You know, growing up here, I never really got it. But now I'm starting to feel some of that mountain troll fire. Oh, I'm glad. I love that the axe is an axe. An axe that's an axe is... I'm always a fan. Okay, you're troublesome persons. Okay, we gotta do some fighting, that's cool. Oh, these fuckers. That throw bombs from up high. I'm very glad I have that ranged attack upgrade available.
Well, this looked dangerous.
New ability time! Okay. We've hit an impasse. We're going to need to find a special item somewhere out on the table, not in the book. Ah, this one. Oh, I love the gameplay gimmick for this stage. That's a fun gimmick. Okay. Oh, hello there. I dig your antenna, kind of fluffy and wavy. I'm Zip, nice to meet you. Jot, you say, you're looking for some kind of item? My dad could help, he's very smart, but he's currently also rather disassembled. Some obnoxious soldiers barged into our little planet here and took him apart. They carted his fragments off, not cool at all. If you help me reassemble the old man, it'll help you find what you're after. I'm not super confident in my jetting skills, but together maybe we could do this. How about it? Jump out of this planet, I'll hop on your back, and we'll go look for Dad's fragments. Oh, I want these first. We've got a little buddy to help us out on this quest. We have a little rocket jetpack. Okay, let's go find the pieces of your dad with a rocket jetpack that are scattered around the map. A little rocket jetpack. Veldstrom says everything about this game just makes me happy. Right? That's the whole thing of this game. It's, yeah, maybe I could occasionally complain about like its amount of hand holding or tutorializing or this or that, but like at the end of the day, it's fucking adorable. And there's very little time I spend playing this game where I'm not just going, that's so sweet and colorful and making me so happy and I'm having a lovely time. And that ultimately, like, overrides any other feeling I've had playing this game. The fact that I completed this game and then was also eager to play it through a second time on stream. I'm just having too good a time with it. It's wholesome, it's comfort food gaming. I could play this many times over and over and be very happy doing so. Oh. Oopsie. The slamming down from high up in the air jump attack feels so good to use compared with when paired with very high flying jetpack. Get real high, real high, real high, smack down from infinite heights. Oh, Andy H says, since you got all 303 bots in Astrobot, I have to ask, how many attempts did it take you to complete the Grandmaster Challenge? I'm gonna say like a good hour and a half, 2 hours. It took me a fucking while. A big part of that was like getting a reliable strat for some of the early portions. Working out like a repeatable strategy that would reliably get me to like the latter bits of the run. I had a great time doing it, but it took me a bit. It didn't help that I was pretty sleepy when I started doing it, and I was like, it's not the best time for me to be trying to do a level this ridiculous. What's up here? Come on. Could be something up here. There it is. Science Coley Jetpack! So close. Hello, visitors. Hello, I'm Terry. You don't see many life forms around here. Just before you jet off, I found something shiny. Take it as a souvenir to remember old Terry by. Sure, I'll take a piece of this kid's dad to remember old Terry. Here's a hint, I'm not gonna remember old Terry. I'll always remember you, Terry, don't worry about it. I'll definitely remember you. Hooray, so we got one of your dad parts. Lovely. Come back this way for some of the bits I missed. Nothing further this way. Okay. Ahoy there, we are Geraldo the Jelly King. Oh, it's It's our birthday today, you know, 60 years old. Oh, we would so much like to see a display of candles on our birthday. One lit candle for every decade of our wobbly existence. And so happens there are 6 candles placed somewhere around here. If you were to ignite them all, that would make an old king very happy. Let's go find some candles. Candle number 1. There we go. Oh. Oh, I've been very excited to hear that Veilguard preview impressions from folks who played like 6-7 hours of it at a recent event seem to be very positive. The thing I keep seeing in previews for Veilguard that has me feeling good is I've seen multiple people go, is this the Dragon Age series' Mass Effect 2 moment? And I'm like, okay. And it's like, more polished, more focused. It's got a clearer idea of what it wants to be. It just feels like a altogether more realized version of that thing that the series had been trying to do previously. I'm like, oh. You start talking about Mass Effect 2, I like what I'm hearing, and I've been hearing a lot of people going, yeah, it feels like BioWare's, whatever it is they lost over the last decade, they found it again. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm glad to hear people who have been skeptical of Veilguard going, yeah, but BioWare might still have it. I'm like, that needed to be the case. I enjoy a good BioWare game, and I needed this to not be the death of them, please. I'm not ready for BioWare to be eternally dismantled by EA because just one too many bad games in a row got them. So an actual good type of BioWare magic. Yes, I've seen people unironically using the term BioWare magic again. I'm like, praise the day. I thought it would never come. I thought the day would never return. They needed a win. As a company, they very much were in dire need of a win. Oh, I know where the last one is. It's in here. Thank you, Jelly King. Give us that piece of this kid's dad. Okay. Thank you for giving us the dad's fins. we'll remember to go around to the back of the mug yet again to get those. Aha! Free experience points. Now we just need to go to the final one of these for this level's weird gameplay gimmick that I love. Veldstrom says, I don't think any other AAA is as committed to representation, and losing them would leave a big gap. Plus, it's always fun to watch gamers whine about their games. Yeah, like... I quote tweeted someone yesterday who'd been at the preview thing and showed off the character creator, and I simply said, you can have top surgery scars, that's cool, and I have had, like, the worst little whiny chuds in my mentions all day since, and that brings me so much joy. I love that there is a company as big as BioWare that's like, nah, we're gonna do shit to let players, like, you know, try and represent themselves in ways that, like, you're right. There's very few companies that feel like they're pushing the envelope as regularly. Like, they've had their flaws. Don't get me wrong. We've talked about Mass Effect Andromeda and its trans character. We've talked about some of the issues with Krem in Inquisition, but, like, they try in a way that very few big AAAs do, and I appreciate their presence in the industry. Oh, I've had so many whiny little piss babies complaining at me about the lore. When I mentioned top surgery scars, they were like, well, why would that be a thing? Surely they would have magic to do trans surgeries. They wouldn't need to do surgery, so they wouldn't need scars. And I'm like, well, if we want to dig into this, like, magic does exist, but it's blood magic, and, like, there's limits of who can use that and safety issues with it. It's kind of talked about by Krem Inquisition as a thing. So, like, yeah, maybe someone in the setting would use surgery rather than magic, given the kinds of magic and the risks involved. But also, maybe a person playing a video game just wants the character in the video game to look like them, and therefore, fuck it. Here we go. Let's go get the last piece of your dad from inside this tub of space soldier figurines. Yeah, exactly. Like, Krem has a whole conversation of, like, hey, there's magic that can do certain stuff, but, like, here's me literally explaining why, like, the magic options aren't great, or at least, like, why they're not a good fit for me. Krem is someone who, you can imagine, might go for a surgical option if it existed, rather than magic that he has expressed issues with. Anyway. Right, commanders. While you've been out dilly-dallying, we've been up to our eyeballs in Skrell. They've been blipping in and stealing our best scientists. Those boffins may be wimpy pukes, but we need them for the war. Get out there, rescue those scientists, and bring them back here to me. This is the 2D, 3D game I was talking about on Podquisition. Yes, it is. Also, don't die. So now it's a side-scrolling space shooter. What's my combat button? Oh, it's the analog stick. Yes, I had this issue the first time. Couldn't work it. I was looking for a button. Took me way too long to work it out. This could have done with a bit of tutorialization. But yeah, look at this. On a little rotating screen. It's so mechanically satisfying, this. It plays so well. If you get back around to the start, it tells you how many more people you have to destroy still. Oh, sorry, how many more people you have to rescue. We got one scientist back. Yeah, there's a reasonable amount of challenge here. It's no cakewalk. Or no walk in the park. If I remember correctly, I think cakewalk is one of those ones that has kind of shitty history as a term. Oh, an anomaly. Ooh. This is way more fleshed out than it needs to be, but I love it. And then it's done! Like, that whole mechanic's just done now. That was the last scientist. You got them all. The space is full of nerds now. They're already cooking up our next weapon. Good job, soldier. Your next mission, take this piece of junk and transport it all the way away from me. Oh, we got the last piece of the dad. With Eldstrom, I'm not surprised. It's kind of a tight curve. Okay, we're gonna go put Dad back together. Yes, having it like a field of view curve quite that close together when you're not in control of it, I can see how that might be an issue. Background spinning, yeah. But my apologies. Hooray, let's reassemble your dad. Okay. I'm looking for an item. Let's see if we can blast it out. Hooray! Now we can go back to the book with the stop stamp. Which you will see in a second what that does. You stamp a big stamp onto the page, and it stops elements of the book from moving. There we go. Ooh, first-person quad bike sounds stomach churning. Okay, big metal disc crashed into the mountain. Huge saw blade, mate, came flying down, nearly cleaned me in twain. My life, it flashed before me very eyes. I'm alright, mate. It was quite a useful flashback, actually. I could see where I lost my keys. Okay, we got to get up the mountain, find out what our villain is up to. Okay, these blocks looked incredibly heavy. Okay, let's have a look at these. We slide them all the way this way. It will block the place we're trying to go. So if we... Okay, yeah, we... slide them all down this way. We can only stop stamp stop one thing at a time, so we stamp stop this middle one. Slide these back down. That's now a progressible path. Okay, danger ahead, the Mega Eagle. Okay, we're gonna go fight the Mega Eagle. Is indeed one big bird. Try to avoid getting pecked to death.
Once again, our heroes scaled the perilous rock face and steeled themselves for a wild encounter.
Yes, the time of day system in the 3D child's bedroom is really nice.
The Mega Eagle. It seemed rather annoyed.
Oh.
Descending upon our heroes with a combative cry. Thrash twirled his drumsticks and got ready to rumble.
Oh. More music rhythm. Let's go. Come on. We're doing the heartbeats. We're doing the heartbeats. Oh, pulled it out of the bag there, pulled it out of the bag. NH London says, I also enjoy how buff the characters get when they do a big battle.
The Mega Eagle soared
It's
into
story
the
logic,
starry
it's
sky.
empowering.
An impressed smile upon its beak.
Okay, we're nearly at the top. We're nearly at the top.
Meanwhile, across the land, at Moonbeard's house.
Okay, magic barrier spell, spell of rebinding. Okay. So, to get back to what we were talking about, we're characters in a book. But the people outside, like Sam, they're really real? Ah, we're back to this, are we? Well, it rather depends on what you mean by real. I feel real enough, don't you? Yes, most definitely. Well, there we are then. We're real in our own way, and the people outside of our world are real in their way. All really real. Do you think people out there can see us? Yep, I think I can just about make them out too. Hello there. Hi, Moonbeard. No, I can sense that you out there are supporting us in some way. But thank you for your efforts so far. Am I listed as doing a Yakuza reaction? I shouldn't be. I used the thing that updates all of my things to new titles, and told it to update both Twitch and YouTube to being the Plucky Squire Part 2. Okay, thank you for letting me know. It changed Twitch. I checked, because Twitch is what I use to check that it's worked, is I press the button that says update everything, and I look at Twitch, and Twitch has changed. I'm like, cool. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Give me a second. Thanks, Restreamio. I love that for me, that you didn't update my stream title at all. My YouTube title. Oh, YouTube. Yeah, it might have just been YouTube, who knows. Okay. They're gonna cook up some cool potions. And acknowledge that we, the person controlling the game outside of the
Mountain,
the book world, their real world, our real world. They can see that far out. That's disconcerting. Okay, Ironweed. The gardeners are not around right now. Moonbeard is making a crush room. Is going to make a thing that will explode these for us, but he needs a crush room. Okay, we are hundreds of miles apart. You need the crush room. Well, good thing I can travel across dozens of book pages. Haha. Actually, yeah, let's up to this one. Here's your mushroom, Moonbeard. Okay. Because we had a flashback to him on the last page, so he's actually very close. Okay, the weed killer bomb. If you want any more, I'll leave them on the ground floor. Okay. Now, I saw some of these vines way earlier in the book. Can I find the page where I found them? Now, he said he left the other bombs on the ground floor, so we're gonna have to come from the outside of his house to get to the ground floor. Aha! Well, let's... Oh. Scroll back through the book and see if I can find where I saw those weeds. How far back do we have to go? It was a ways. Here. There's an entry portal on that one? No, there's an entry portal on this one, though. I do not remember if there's anything even vaguely worthwhile behind these vines, but I remember the vines existing. Oh, it's one of these little fellas. Okay, back to where we were in the book. Actually, let's get into the bomb while we're at it. They're probably going to be helpful. We need the wizard's house. Here we were. Oh, security. Okay. Yeah, if you can't explain to someone what the north of England is like, thank goodness you're here is quite an explainer. Okay, we gotta get past Gozi. We pop this bomb down for later. Can't go that way yet. The noisy pillar was of ancient construction. The towering pillar was blast out heavy music. Oh yeah, and there's somewhere we can blow up. Okay, we have a cave. A crumbly pillar. Ooh, fractured pillar. Lovely. That's going to be a useful one. I knew those footprints would be leading somewhere. Haha. This gets us to the other side. Okay. We need 2 fractured pillars. And a portal in and out of the book, ideally. And we just gotta make the book fall on his head. But he's going to try and stop them falling on his head. So, what do? Freeze him! And hit him in the head. Security threat! Grozzy feeling woozy! I'm gonna hit my phone Grozzy up! Too bad for you. I exist outside of your physical dimension, and therefore am imperceptible to you. You cannot hide from what you cannot perceive. As a 3-dimensional being, I am but God to you. Okay. Right, to the top of the mountain. Leave these bunnies having their little rock show. Okay, what can we get from you? Oh no, the village! It's all gone to shit. This is where I was at the start of the stream. Ah, I've caught up to your playthrough. Told ya, Snipe. I read the naughty associate behavior report form. It seems you are responsible for dropping that saw blade. An act of sabotage. You're a dirty traitor. I can see it in your eyes. It wasn't even me. There was a rock slide. Shut it, traitor Snipe. Traitors and fools all around me, oh, how I know it. Well, Snipe, I must inform you that, as per the Employee Incompetence Clause 389, we must regrettably let you go. Soldier, let Snipe go. Let's go. Am I not extremely skilled with puns and wordplay? Oh, indeed, magnificent Umgrump, one of the best. The best. The best. Apologies, oh masterful one. Now get back to work. Alright, clear enough, associates. Get back to work. Wait. Troublesome persons. Troublesome persons. I love being known as a troublesome person. Yeah. Come on, Targ. Join me in combat. Yeah. Thrash is actually going to help me in fights now, rather than just kind of being present.
Our heroes came to a sudden halt. Ahead of them was Trog Village,
Oh no!
wrecked by the mining blast, and crisscrossed by giant tracks. The giant tracks of a giant machine.
I love the art style clash for the villains' machines. The otherworldly feel it provides is top-notch. Okay, we gotta fight the machine. Okay, we're gonna have to work together on this one. Okay, the locks are exposed, so let's pull one of the locks off. Oh, big blade. That's going to be a problem. We need a way out of here. No use, the saw blade is too fast. Yeah, I think I have to do that at least the once. Come on, give me an exit. Ah, there we go. Aha, teamwork. Okay, the regulator is exposed. Let's crack it down, smack it down.
The giant machine fell.
Hurrah!
Explode
One
on the
machine
ground
defeated.
below. Into approximately 280 million pieces.
Just a rough estimate. Ah, hooray. We rocked. The villagers are probably around here. We did good. Look at it. We saved the day. And rescue all of the trolls. Okay. Thrash, we watched how you handled that mechanical monster. You did great. Very metal. You have the makings of a great Targ warrior. We're proud of you, boy. Oh, a little blush. Uncle Krong showed me some tricks. Rest in peace. Okay, the machine was extracting metal from the mountain. Where are they taking it? What are they up to? Ah, we should probably work that out. Okay. Okay. We should go have a look. What are those machines up to?
Jart and Thrash looked down from the cliffside. In the very far distance, they could spy a convoy speeding away. Our heroes set off to find out where Humgrump's cavalcade was heading. Chapter 7: Beach Battle Boogie. Our heroes followed the cavalcade to the coast, to the funky land of Boogie Beach.
Right, it's got a bunch of rhythm. Let's go. Let's meet all these little flamingos. Massive vehicles came through, destroyed the vibe. Okay. Go find out what's up with these machines. I think we got them all. Oh, someone has been buried. Gonna have to dig them up. Ah, smack them down. honestly, I'm really excited for that Pirate Yakuza game. The way I've seen it explained, is... So, there was a leak that 100% accurately talked about all the Pirate Yakuza stuff. It was a 4chan leak back in, I think, May of this year. And one of the things it talked about that hasn't been, like, officially said or shown anywhere, but I have no reason to doubt given the context, is that the RGG Studios' idea is basically to, between each mainline big game, fill the time in between development with shorter games that are action-focused, focused on a single character who's not usually the main character of a Yakuza game, to do, like, a fun, filling the time spin-off adventure to bridge the gap between mainline entries. And I'm so on board with that. Majima makes total sense for a first one. Give me one based on Yamai at some point. Give me one where I'm playing as the taxi driver from Infinite Wealth. Yeah, like, I know it's not abnormal, but it's nice to know that it wasn't just a one-off with the man who erased his name, that it's like, no, this is... The rhythm is specifically going to be shorter action game, full-length RPG, shorter action game, full-length RPG, and specifically the fact that it's... The spin-offs are not going to be your expected characters, they're going to be, like, fleshing out the universe with a story about just one character you know already. I'm up for that, that sounds fun. Here is one character, let's really give him a deep dive. Okay, we gotta find, we gotta dig up your husband from here. There's one fella who could dig them out, Tumba. He's a little round flamingo. Where do we find him? He'll be napping under a tree. Thrash didn't see any flamingos sleeping under trees, but maybe we can see it from a different vantage point. I believe he was on the, like, start of chapter page. East Demon, I would argue, a main character in a game that in a game that has, like, two different protagonists that you sort of share the spotlight between. I think that is different than the main character. I think it's fair to say this is Majima's first time being the main character, the primary character of a game. Like, yeah, you got to play as Majima in the other one, like, probably about 50% of the time. But as, like, a shared starring role as opposed to, like, this is the Majima game. And, like, I'm up for more of those. But yes, where were we? We're looking for... Aha! Round flamingo sleeping under a tree. There's a starfish that's buried. I'll lead the way. Cool, yeah.
Jot and Tumba beheld
Look at this round little friend!
the funky land of Boogie Beach.
We did behold the funky land of Boogie Beach. The vibe! It's been totally killed! Wait! Feel like I've been repeating myself! Yeah, we restarted the chapter, but with a new secondary character. Terra says, I can't wait for the tonal whiplash. Going from fun pirate adventure to a serious discussion about how indigenous people suffer because of other nations dumping their dangerous waste where they live. Yeah, that's pretty, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be like, hey, here's fun adventures. I'm, Madlantis, the Mad Lads Atlantis, whoa! People are dying in massive numbers because our home is being treated as the world's trash pile, and dangerous chemicals being left here with no thought to the safety and livelihoods of the people who, you know, the indigenous people of this land. Anyway, time for go-karting! Like, that is Yakuza. That is Yakuza. Yakuza has never been anything if not Tonal Whiplash the series. I have my theory about the Pirate Yakuza, and I'm going to tell you it now. Do you remember in Infinite Wealth, there's the Animal Crossing minigame? And the villains in that were a minor group of trash pirates called the Washbucklers, who dump their trash on other people's islands. I think the Washbucklers are going to come back and be a primary antagonist in Like a Pirate. I fully believe the Washbucklers are going to be a major antagonist. The Animal Crossing minigame, I think, set up like one of the primary antagonists for Like a Pirate. ETH Demon, I did a trailer reaction. I did a stream when the RGG Direct Summit happened. I reacted to the whole hour-plus long stream. You can go watch it on YouTube. You can see the stream. No worries. Don't worry. I have reacted to it. We reacted to it when it was live. I'm not going to react to it again now purely because I want to get through the Plucky Squire. I want to make some good progress today so we can finish it next week in time for Echoes of Wisdom coming up. I assumed Echoes of Wisdom was a Friday release because Nintendo usually releases on a Friday, but it seems like it's a Thursday release, which means that it'll be a Wednesday afternoon release in if you buy it from, say, Australia or New Zealand. Which means we could maybe do an Echoes of Wisdom stream on Wednesday, if we can finish Plucky Squire on Monday. Which is why I'm trying to, like, I wanna clock through this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure, like, early afternoon Wednesday in the UK, a New Zealand or Australia copy should be playable. Let's see what Tumba can do. Ah, we rescued the little starfish. Cool. Now we have a friend that can dig. Yeah, Tumba's gonna be our buddy for this portion of the game. We have a new party member for a little while. Okay, let me buy some upgrades. Ah, another cheeky little New Zealand trip for Laura so she can play games as soon as possible. Yep, I love traveling to New Zealand purely for the purposes of legally playing games. Actually, I saw my aunt from New Zealand recently. I have like aunts and uncles and cousins and things that live in New Zealand. You know, I won't mention the majority of their names to avoid doxing them or anything, but I will say I have a cousin called Ben, which I have to remember in New Zealand that's Bin. He's Bin. Because I'm Bin. B-I-N is the pronunciation. But yes, I have New Zealand family, I have Australian family, I've got a brother that's out in Australia. So yeah, sometimes I just have to pop out there to play a game early, you know how it is. For legal reasons, I am definitely doing that. Every time. Ooh. We'll get to the other side of that gate to fight the monsters somehow. We'll work it out. When in doubt, dig. Yeah. Good little X-Master spot. Cool. The BT says, wait, are you both a Canuck and a Kiwi? I'm learning so much today. So I'm not a Kiwi. So here's the deal. One of my sets of grandparents is from Canada. One set is from Spain. They both moved to England. Their children moved to England. So I've got a bit of Canadian and a bit of, like, Spanish in me. But then from there, some of my, like, siblings and, like, family moved out to other places. So I have family in New Zealand and Australia. But, like, yeah, I got a bit of Canadian in me, not so much the Kiwi. My aunt moved out to New Zealand many, many years ago. My brother moved out to Australia, but both of them were born in the UK. Do I feel like telling the Canada story today? I might tell the Canada story today. I haven't... How much do I feel like talking about the fact that my biological dad's a piece of shit? We can talk about that. Give me a sec to beat some stuff up. Yeah, if I'm ever going to tell the story, it feels like today's the day. Why not? I've never been to Canada. Kind of. I've had layovers in Canada. I've had layovers in Canadian airports. I had like a 12-hour layover in Montreal airport once. But never properly like had a chance to go to Canada. I would love to, and someday I will find some excuse to do so, something that'll bring me out there. Be it work or just finding the money to do it. But it's gonna be a really big deal. The one day when I get to go to Canada without requiring help from my dad to do so, it's gonna be a big deal. Because let's tell a story. Fuck it. Let's tell a story about my dad. My biological dad is not in the picture. He's a bit of a piece of shit. For many years growing up, I didn't grow up with him. He was sort of present, sort of not. He promised for many years, hey, my side of the family's from Canada, like you are half Canadian. One day, I will take you on a holiday, just me and you. Just father and kid, we will go to Canada, and we will just go spend a couple of weeks in Canada. And this was the thing I was told from, like, a really fucking young age. But the way I was always told it was like, not yet. I want to wait until you're old enough to appreciate the trip. I want to wait until you're old enough to, like, appreciate a proper trip. And that was fine. I was fine with that. When I was, like, 16, I found out that he was taking all three of my younger siblings, ages, like, I think the oldest was 12, the youngest was, like, 7, taking all of them to Canada without me. Which when, like, you've lived your whole life being told one day we're going to do this trip, but you're just not mature enough. The way I internalized that at 16 was, I'm not mature enough, but you're, like, 7 through 12-year-olds are. And that's, like, the three of his kids that, like, live with him. That really fucking stung, understandably. I was like, that was the... I'm gonna be honest, that was the point I stopped giving a shit about my biological dad. It was the point where, like, he went from kind of absent, kind of shit dad to, oh, you just don't fucking think about the promises you make, huh? You just don't care. So one of these days, for a work trip or through my own funding, I'm gonna go to Canada. I'm just gonna go enjoy some time spent in Canada, and it's gonna be lovely. And I'm not gonna need his fucking help to do it. It's gonna be delightful. So that is why, if you ever see that I'm going to Canada for a work trip, where, like, I just say I'm going on holiday to Canada, if you remember this story, you will know why that is such a significant thing to me. So yeah, there you go. There's a story I don't tell. That's a story I don't share with people, but I don't know why. Today felt like the day. One of these days, I will get to Canada, and I will not need his help to do it. And it'll be lovely. Oh, my dad was a piece of shit. I've told a few stories about my dad. Like, I told a couple of stories about him in Uncomfortable Labels. He briefly can. I think he comes up in Uncomfortable Labels. The story that I'm pretty sure I tell in Uncomfortable Labels is, when I was, like, 6, for some fucking reason, he was driving me home to my mum's, and he decided to tell me he'd had an affair with someone with a married woman behind her husband's back before I was born. And that he'd gotten this woman pregnant behind her husband's back, and the woman wasn't going to tell her husband. And she wasn't going to get a DNA test to find out whether my dad or her husband was the dad of the kid. So, like, my dad might have had another kid before me. And bear in mind, I'm 6 when he tells me this. I might have an older half-sibling somewhere in the world who doesn't know I exist and doesn't know that my dad might be his dad. And all the worse, that kid's name got made part of my name, part of my birth name. He didn't tell my mother this. My mother did not know this. My middle name was the first name of maybe my secret older half-brother. That my dad had secretly been like, I think that's my firstborn kid, and I'll never know, so I want to memorialize that by secretly making it my second kid's middle name without telling the mother that that's a thing. I was fucking 6 when he told me that. I did not need to know that. That is the big one that I look back on and go, why the fuck did you think that was appropriate to tell a kid? Anyway, this has been Laura Complains About her not so present father. Everyone's got parental issues. Sometimes I talk about them. Okay. Troublesome persons! Yeah, we're troublesome persons. Wow, was your dad trying to traumatize you? I don't think so. He's just an idiot. Oh, hooray, Violet's back. I finished mixing my potions. I came to help you all. Hey, Tumber is the name. Tumber digs holes. Okay, we've got Tumber now. The BT, I have no idea. I have no idea what any of it means. When asked, I say I'm white. I have only ever lived a very incredibly fucking white life here on the south of the UK. My grandparents are pretty fucking white. I don't think... So I don't know a huge amount about my grandparents' stuff. I think they lived in Spain, but I don't think they always lived in Spain. I think they might have been... Their parents might have been in the UK. They might have moved to Spain, then moved back to the UK, had my aunts and uncles, and then moved back to Spain. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the situation there is. As far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty fucking white. I think they're expats. Here's the deal. I'm not gonna dig too much into the Spanish grandparents thing. My mum doesn't talk to her fucking parents. I'm not gonna get into that. That's not my business to get into. Short version, they're pretty fucking shit. Mum does not like to talk about them. I'm like, that's fair enough. I've had to piece together as best I can the Spanish grandparents that live up, like, hours up in the mountains in the middle of fucking nowhere. I only ever knew them as the Spanish grandparents that lived in Spain. But I don't know what the deal is. Like, my granddad was like a high-ranking church member in Spain. So, like, they're pretty established in Spain. But I don't know if they're I don't know what their situation is. That's a whole other kettle of fish that I don't usually open. I can talk about the simple one. Half my family's from Canada. I can talk about that. That's a nice easy one. That's a nice, not too complicated bit of lineage. My family is a big fucking mess, honestly. Tee-hee. Yes, my understanding is my granddad was a bit of an abusive prick. Okay, water stretch from west to east. Okay. We got some more Baba Is You to do. Here we go. Yeah, one day I will find an excuse to go to Canada. some work trip give me an excuse. Drag me over there for something. Okay, a box of ice kept this starfish chilled. Ah, we can freeze the water. Oh, yeah. I keep trying to, like, put things down on the book and be like, I'm not in the book. I need to get in the book. Okay, that's all turned to ice. Alright, I'm trying to keep an eye on some bits and bobs quickly. There we go. Maybe work in Montreal where all the studios are from. I've done some work for some game development studios in Montreal, which doesn't narrow much down for you. There's a lot of fucking game devs in Montreal. And very quietly was hoping, like, maybe I can come do some work in the studio. Maybe I could come in person to do some of the work. And they're like, no, it's okay, we can do it remote. And I'm like, oh, okay. But, like, are you sure you don't want me to come to Montreal, though? Okay, so if we turn this all back to water, I can fight these enemies. Plane plus hotel ain't cheap. Yeah, but here's what I'll say, ETH Demon. The amount of money they were that I got paid to do work for studios, that ain't cheap. The amount of money a company pays for, like, do work on game is enough that, like, they could do flight and hotel. Go on, they can do it. I'll say this, sometimes I've been flown out for that kind of work. Sometimes that work does involve going to the studios. Here we go. Right, back in the book. Oh, I forgot I have something painfully Canadian in my little pile of snacks in the office today. Supreme creme de l'érable. It's maple syrup custard creams with the packaging in French because that's pretty French. That's pretty Canadian. Made with Quebec maple syrup. Ooh. I have my little maple syrup creams. Right, they're good. Quebecois. I know very little French, but I can stumble through a little bit of French. Oh, I do still have to do my German today at some point. Yeah, it's English on the other side, but the side I picked up was French, and I was like, oh yeah! Actually, I think it is. We'll check. I was gonna say, it's Quebec maple syrup, so, like, it might just be in French if it's from Quebec. Ultimate maple cream. Largely in English on the other side. Now, I know there's a limit to how much help my French would actually be, because Quebecois French and French are related at best. Is my understanding. Okay, hurrah, we opened the lock. Through we go. I know what point in this game I want to reach before we finish the stream tonight. I know where I'd like to wrap it up, if we can get there. Okay, Tomba knows these beaches won't let you down. Cool, we're going the right way. I think I'm about to have to leave the book again. Terra, yeah, I don't know a lot about the differences, but I know enough to know that, like, Quebecois and French are... It's one of those, like, you could stumble through, but you're gonna find there's some confusions, is my understanding. Okay, there are literal tanks up ahead. We gotta back out. Okay. We're gonna have to leave the book and go get another tool for our arsenal. Ah, the dinosaur area, yes, okay. Yeah, we've got a little over an hour left of stream, and I would like to finish the beach area I'm in and get to the next narrative stopping point that comes after that. Because that would put us squarely at the end of Act 2. And then we can do Act 3 on Monday, which would line up pretty well. Puzzle pieces. I love this. So if I'm trying to go to the right, I'm not going to necessarily appear to the right because I'm having to travel to... I would travel to the puzzle piece that's meant to be plugged into the right of it. It's a fascinating, weird little puzzle, this. So if we go this way and down, we can get this, and up, and left, and down. No, not down. Aha, that'll do. Here's our other way. Hello, little soldier. Oh, I continue to be very amused by, the very... I've been very amused by something this past week, in terms of, like, reporting on games. So a week ago, Friday last week, you may have seen a bunch of headlines on a bunch of gaming sites being like, if you want to avoid Echoes of Wisdom spoilers, be careful, it's leaked 2 weeks early, spoilers are out there, it's leaked. That was a week ago. The game hasn't leaked yet. The game's still not out there. And I've been keeping an eye on this. I'm finding it endlessly amusing. Because all that reporting stemmed from one tweet from a guy going, it's leaked. I've verified it. It's out there. It's real. People have got it. With zero evidence. His evidence was like, trust me, bro. And like, nowhere where even spoilers would pop up have any spoilers popped up. It's been a week. And those reports were just wrong. It is... I see how it happened, but it amuses me greatly. Okay. Got some cacti and sand and orbs. Yeah, I'll take this orb. Gonna get some... concept art. Yeah, so someone who has like a genuine fascination in just the process of like how games end up online early and the reporting that surrounds it. This has been a genuinely very interesting one to watch. Where the game of telephone starts and ends. Like, undeniably some people have copies of Echoes of Wisdom early. People have posted like the front of the box, the back of the box, the inside of the box, and like the cartridge. And there was like, okay, I say there was like nothing is leaked. One 12-second video in German of someone playing, showing nothing new that hadn't already been shown. A clip from very early in the game appeared. And that was most of that was like 4 or 5 days ago. And since then it's been like, nah, that was it. No one's leaking nothing. It is genuinely amusing how much it spread that it was definitely already out there. It's definitely leaked already. It's definitely leaked. But again, it's a very believable thing, given that, like, basically every Nintendo first-party release of the last several years at this point has released, at the very least, about a week ahead of release. Like, I think the one that was closest to release recently was, like, Paper Mario, I think, was only, like, like, the 1,000-Year Door. I think that was only, like, 3 days early it leaked, so, like, you know, it's not always, like, 2 full weeks. But people have gotten used to the idea that if they hear a Switch game has leaked 2-3 weeks early, they're like, yeah, I don't need to fact check that. That sounds true. That is the thing that usually happens. That's the thing I think that's amusing me about it, is how believable the idea of a first-party game being playable by pirates, like, weeks in advance. How commonplace that has become. That reporting around it would be as light as it is. Like, there's a point in time where there would have been much more, I should probably go confirm this before I report it, rather than just, yeah, no, that tracks. Someone says it's leaked, it's probably leaked. Oh yeah, this way. Ah. Who's that tickling my tail? You seem like a friendly chap. Maybe you could help me out. There's pesky creatures crawling around on me. Yeah, I can sort that out. There we go. Sorted you out. Your mind is clear. Gumbo Master, yeah, you are correct. There was a 4chan leak, I believe it was back in May, for that Yakuza Pirate game. And it was pretty fucking accurate. Let me find what was in there. I won't spoil anything that's in this that hasn't yet been revealed, but let me have a look. Yeah, so this was from mid-May, so June, July, August, about 4 months ago. A new spin-off game set after Infinite Wealth. Goro Majima is the protagonist and playable. Story has Majima becoming lost at sea and losing his memory, which results in him getting involved in a pirate feud. Central areas include reusing Hawaii, the Madlantis Island, and a new hub area that acts as a base. There's no fucking guessing Madlantis. Yakuza... Oh, yeah, there's some... Yeah, I don't think any of this is, like, terribly spoilery to say. Fuck it, I'm going to talk about the other stuff in here. Yakuza tattoos will be the key to recovering his memory. Certain events from the series will be revisited through Majima's point of view. We speculated about this based on the trailer. You can recruit NPCs that you can customize to join your crew. That's what we were guessing was happening with Gary Buster Holmes being in that one shot. Your crew can be undertaking missions while you're doing story quests. Main enemies are pirate warlords. New fighting style based on swashbuckling. Combat similar to Guidance, but expanded on. Yeah. They got it pretty fucking spot on. There's no denying they had their info right on that one. Okay. There we go. The problem with leaking something like that Yakuza game is very much that no matter what lie you make up, it would sound very believable for the series. Nothing is too unbelievable for the series, which means that it's very hard to get a gauge on what is or is not a true thing someone says about the series. Okay, let's go get this primeval axe. Yeah, look, 4chan leaks are debatable in their believability at the best of times. There's been some times where just anonymous 4chan leaks have been pretty fucking spot on. The one that I remember vividly was, remember not that, like, that 3-minute trailer for the Switch, but instead the, we're doing an on-stage presentation to tell you about the Switch that's, like, an hour long. It happened, in, like, I think January, and it was releasing in March. Like 12 hours before that, there was a leak on 4chan where it was like, hey, I'm working, setting up, like, the demo stations that press are gonna play after that presentation. There's a game called ARMS about stretchy robotic-armed punching things. 1-2 Switch exists and you milk cows. Mario, there's a new 3D Mario. Like, all that shit leaked in advance from a 4chan post from someone being way too, if they were telling the truth, way too obvious about, like, how they knew this information. The kind of shit that would get you caught really fucking easy. Turned out to be true. Sometimes people are just that brazen. Ooh. Now, the impression I've always had of 4chan leaks is, people don't go to 4chan to leak stuff because they want notoriety or to get caught. It's very specifically, I just can't keep a fucking secret, and I don't want to get caught sharing a secret, but I also, like, don't, like, it's a very specific, I just want to say it whether it's believed or not, just so that I didn't have to be alone in knowing it. That seems to be the vibe of 4chan leakers. It's a very specific energy they bring to the table. Oh hey, it's this character. Well, hello. You managed quite an impressive feat of adventuring getting all the way up here. My name's Time Tim. A pleasure to meet you. I'm an adventurer too, you know. A time traveler, as a matter of fact. I like to visit all possible futures and histories to see what I can find. Here I found lots of pointy teeth and claws, all quite thrilling. Now don't let me hold you up. You'd better leave the primal axe here. If it's removed, it could alter the whole course of history. Don't get me started on butterfly effects. Excellent. The timelines are already quite messy as they are, you know. In return, something you may find useful. Thank you, Time Tim. Let's get the bomb stamp. Now we can blow stuff up from the other dimension. Did I just break the... Okay, I thought I broke the game by rolling for a second there. Okay, we're fine. We're good. Cool. Okay, we're almost where I want to be for the end of the stream. Okay. And now, I can drop bombs in from above. Just like that. I also want to hop back several pages because there was a explodable way earlier in the chapter. Okay, no, I have to go back in first. Okay, the tanks blew themselves up. No, that was me. I did it. Okay. Am I not allowed to leave this page through that same gap? Okay, fine. I'll run back. This'll do. Let me find the page with the explodable. It was at least a few pages back. Oh, no, it was this page. And then 2 pages. Hop in. I'm gonna go back and get that collectible. I want it. I know it's there. I will not be denied. So, I'm not going to talk about who the source of this is, because you can go find it for yourself if you want, but he's a right-wing piece of shit. But something that has been said by a right-wing piece of shit and then later corroborated by Kotaku is... So you know how Concord was an absolute financial failure in terms of people, like, actually playing it? Well, apparently it cost PlayStation $400 million to develop. They apparently spent $400 million making Concord. They truly did put all their fucking eggs in that one basket. Whoopsie. Okay. Clear the leaves, maybe I can see where I'm going. What if there were a portal so I could do that? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna need a key before that. What am I trying to achieve here? Oh, there's gonna be another entrance, isn't there? No. Is there something from a previous page we can carry in? There's something weighing down a page earlier. Oh, weighing down a switch. No. What am I forgetting here? Do I ask the little tiny wizard, who I don't think we've actually consulted yet on screen? Maybe. look at this page again from the zoomed out perspective. If there's something we need on a previous page, the page will glow. No, okay. Oh, I think I remember what I'm doing. Is it? Yes. Drop a bomb into the world, don't explode it, use the bomb to hold the bloomin' switch down. And now there's a box available. We can... Why am I not allowed back in? Oh, Artisan, have a good night. Oh, that's just for reset if you put it in the wrong place, I guess. Okay. Okay. Operation Hammer Time. We don't have Operation Hammer Time clearance. I've been filing all my paperwork very thoroughly and ironing my shirt every day, but still no clearance. Operation Hammer Time, you say? That sounds concerning. We'd better stop. Hammer Time. It amused me. Ah, you solved that differently. Didn't know you could pick up bombs. Apparently so. I feel like I solved it differently the first time I did it, but I don't remember how. So I guess that's how I'm solving it now. What, did my stop hammer time pun physically pain you? Did it? Well, it probably should have done. It was groan worthy, I'll admit. Those are the best, where it's like, how did I not see that pun coming? That's terrible, it's painful. I need it. I don't have to like it, but I have to acknowledge it. Those are the best. Okay, we're gonna need the hammer. Solitary goblin, you say? That seems like a word for the word thing. Large metal battery. Now it's a large metal goblin. But we need it up there. Ah, large metal goblin. What if you were once again a large metal battery? Oh. It was a solitary... Ooh, a solitary battery! Hello, friend. You're coming to weigh down a switch for me. Hooray! Hammer time clearance. Come on, party. I think this is where our pink friend is going to depart in a second. Yeah, it's time. It's been very nice to have you, little pink soft friend. Okay, Tumba's gotta go home. Go feed some mice. Thanks, Tumba. Tumba feel happy. Made some new friends today. Tumba can't dance, but Tumba dancing anyway. Hey, you can dance. That's a great dance, Tumba. Fucking break dancing. You indeed can dance. Off you go. Okay, time to go find out what Humpgrump's been up to. Go disrupt his hammer time.
Our heroes climbed to a grassy vantage point and looked below to see an enormous, clanking machine. From the machine rolled scores of dangerous-looking vehicles.
Yeah, Humpgrump's been,
which before
he's
our
been
hero's
working.
eyes sped away towards Artia.
Yeah, we spent this whole time trying to get here to stop his plan, and it's like, nope, he's off. Thanks. Yeah, there's a direct line from the beach to the castle. You did give us warning. I'm putting the Queen and the armies of Artia on high alert. Get back, we gotta fight these forces. Okay. We gotta go stop an army full of tanks that has
And
a
so
considerable
our
head
heroes
start.
sprinted off to Artia. Chapter 8. Clash at the Castle. The gang arrived at Artia to see the aftermath of a great battle. The army of Artia had been thoroughly defeated by Humgrump's forces.
Oopsie. Ooh. I don't think that character's loaded in quite correctly. There we go. Okay, the castle guards were all overpowered by these tanks. Okay. This is a problem. Okay. Yeah, so when I talked about, like, you know, we're probably going to get to the end of Act 2 today, and then leave Act 3 for Monday, we're building toward the end of Act 2. You can see an Act 2 climax building here. Hooray, Violet's going to help in the fighting now. And maybe Violet will have a minigame for combat. Or boss fighty things. Okay, let's get these tanks out the picture as quick as we can. Interdimensionally dropping tanks from above might be the coolest and most existentially terrifying bit of combat in this game. Is that all the tanks? I think so. Okay. Now, will I be able to beat this fight on the first try? This is one of the trickier gameplay mechanics as we get a little further in. We need to have a Bubble Bobble Wizard duel. We're about to have a Bubble Bobble Wizard duel. Okay. The mage has been sent to disintegrate us. The only one who can fight magic is someone with magic. It's Violet time. Bubble Bobble Wizard duel.
Violet readied her wand. It was time to get magical.
Okay. Shit ton of bombs. Okay, okay. Okay, we're like halfway. Come on, come on. fuck. Okay, more bombs, more bombs. Okay. Ah. So close, so damn close. Literally, I was one hit away, and if that one bomb hadn't hit me, we'd have done it.
Violet dusted herself off and arose to
It's
fight
tricky,
once
this.
more.
Come on. I got this, I got this. Yeah, it is no walk in the park. It is, you know, there is some challenge here. The blue and the green are relatively close, but they're at least iconed. They at least have different visual icons on them, so that's something. I am no expert. I wouldn't know if they are different enough or not. Ah. Ah, come on. Let's not panic. Let's stay calm, stay calm. I need a red. Ah. Ah. Oh, that's gonna give me a big hit. Red. Okay, blue. Ah, again, so close, so close. I could skip the minigame, but I'm going to try at least one more time. Let's go.
Violet dusted herself off and arose to fight once more.
Okay, okay. Need to be a little quicker on this. probably shouldn't have made the effort to try and line it up that precisely. That took too much time. Maybe it was worth it. Okay, I'm doing better, I'm doing better. Oh, fuck. Okay, relax. Relax. Okay, that's better.
Violet was victorious. And her former schoolmates quite flabbergasted.
Kids that were bullying her earlier. We done beat them. We done showed them what. Violet! Oh, you saved us from that creepy wizard. Your magic, it was breathtaking. Yes, Violet. Thank you, Violet. Yeah, you learn your fucking lesson. Stop being such dicks. Mysterious figure is here. I really have to stop talking to myself. Off I run! Woo! Okay, let's rematch Humgrump. Impressive, Moonbeard, impressive. Obviously I am no match for your magical majesty. Of course, you have always been the better wizard. Me, I'm just the snivelling little talentless grump always in your shadow. I should have known my place. I should have never dared stand against my beloved younger brother, the magnificent Moonbeard. What a fool I am, what a dumb grump. Oh, give it a rest. Always feeling sorry for yourself. You should get out more, do some sport, a bit of vigorous exercise. Didn't you used to like ping pong? I remember you playing it with well remembered. My thing for a while. But one day you beat me at that too. So I said so long to ping pong. I do remember one of those strategies though. Misdirection. Make it look like you're on the back foot. Then come back strong with a winning backhand. Yeah, Moonbeard dead. This game goes to Humgrump.
And now Humgrump sat upon the Arctic throne to claim his rightful role as the grand ruler of all of Mojo.
Yeah, we might have fucked up. All possible futures, the game's developer. Now the game's developer has one possible future. Devolver Digital. More like Dethroner Digital. The Magnificent Home Grump. Got a new title screen. This game's great. This game's lovely. No book on the desk. It's not a fun book anymore. Bad book. It's up on the shelf. On the desk. Very bad naughty book now.
Once upon a time, there was a magnificent wizard named Humgrump. Lord Humgrump ruled the land of Mojo, overlooking all from his splendid palace.
Oh yeah, it's the 1 penny coins on the desk
The
that
ruler of Mojo,
sold me on it
because
being
he was the greatest
UK.
person who had ever lived in the land, and he knew what was best for its people. The loyal ones would be treated with great grace and fairness, and taxed at the very reasonable rate of 96%. The disloyal ones, well, they would be put in their place. And that was a place which was many miles underground, and was known as Deep Doom.
Dum dum.
One such disloyal subject was the wretched Squire Jot, who found himself now imprisoned in a cell in the depths of Deep Doom, which was exactly where he belonged.
The narrator has turned on us. Ah. Right, this is where we're going to wrap up for today. We will be back on Monday with another Plucky Squire stream, in which we will... Yeah, this is our breakpoint for Monday. This is what I was waiting for. We will come back on Monday and try and fix the world that got a little bit fucked up. Hopefully we can sort all this shit out. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I hope you have... Hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've had a good time. We'll be back on Monday with another Plucky Squire stream. And then hopefully Wednesday we'll be doing some Echoes of Wisdom. So some more Zelda, just of a slightly different variety. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good weekend. I'm going to go get some rest. Goodbye.